Okay, Year 8. This is the start of our unit on perimeter. It's chapter 3 from the exercise book. And you can see here the things that we're going to be doing. And for perimeter, we're just going to be doing 3A and 3B. So let's go down and have a look at the work that we need to do. And that's just a pretest, worthwhile. Let's have a look at a definition of things like this. So all measurements, and we have different types of measurements or approximations, but we'll talk about that later. We were lucky that measuring things was very big in the ancient world. The Egyptians had the cubit, the Romans used the pace, then we developed the imperial system using inches, feet, and yards, and some people still use that. It's still in use in America. And the system we use today is the metric system, and that was developed in France. So all our units now, no longer do we use cubits or imperial measures of feet, yards, inches, although we still do measure horses in hands. The system we use today is the metric system. Okay, so when we're talking about distance, we're going to be using, or conversions, we're going to be using this diagram here today, which is converting between kilometres, metres, centimetres, and millimetres. Now you notice that they're all all metres. That's because words in front, the prefixes in front, denote how many. So a kilo is 1,000. There's nothing in front of this one. That's our standard measure, the metre. A centi is 100th, and a milli is 1/10. Well, centi is... So let's go and have a go at these. So you need to do questions 1 and 5. So I'm just going to draw that, and you need to draw this in your books as well. So kilometres, metres, centimetres, and millimetres. And when we're going down, when we go from big to small, from big to small, from big to small, we multiply. So to go down from kilometres, because there's 1,000, to metres, we multiply by 1,000. To go from metres to centimetres, because there are 100 centimetres in a metre, we multiply by 100. And we're going down from centimetres to millimetres. Well, there are 10 millimetres in a centimetre. We multiply by 10. When we're going back the other way, when we're converting the other way, we divide, but by the same amount. Divide by 10, divide by 100, and divide by 1,000. Okay. So now we've got that, let's have a go at these. So question 1A, how many millimetres in a centimetre? So you should be able to do this, 1A. I'm not going to do all of these. 1 centimetre equals 10 millimetres. How many centimetres in 1 metre? Well, 1 metre equals 100 centimetres. And think about it like this. You're going 1 metre times 100 centimetres. Okay. How many metres in a kilometre? We're going from 1 kilometre. How many metres? Times by 1,000. So 1 kilometre. If you can do these, race ahead. There's 1,000. But sometimes you have to do a double jump. This is where you're going to run into trouble. How many centimetres in a kilometre? So we've got to go from 1 kilometre, which is here, down to centimetres. So we've got 1 kilometre. 1 kilometre. To get it into metres, here we go. times by 1,000. Okay, so times by 1,000. So that's my 1 kilometre. And to get it to centimetres, I've got to times by 1,000 will get me to metres, but I have to go another step. I have to times by 100. So times by 1,000, then I times by 100. So that gives me, look at this, how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. So 1 and 5 zeros, 100,000 centimetres. You have a go at the other two. And if you have trouble, come back here and I will pause the video and you can see how I do it. So if you've come back here and you had a bit of trouble, how many centimetres, what are we up to? How many millimetres in a metre? So you're here, you've got 1 metre, you're going to go to centimetres and then to millimetres. So 1 metre equals 1. What do we do to get to centimetres? Times by 100. What do we go to get to millimetres? Times by 10. How many zeros is that? 3. There are 1,000 millimetres in a metre. And the last one here, how many millimetres in a kilometre? That means we've got to do all the jumps, all 3. You go and have a go at it. F. 1 kilometre equals 1. We've got to go 1 jump, so we'll times by 1,000. Then another jump, so we'll times by 100. And the last jump we'll times by 10. Now how many zeros is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1,000,000. 1,000,000 millimetres in 1 kilometre. Okay. Let's go down to question 5. And these are some more conversions. Now I'm not going to do all of them. You need to go away and do some of them. So I'm going to do some conversions that bring me big to small, small to big. So I want to do, I'll do the last column. And you can have a go at the others. So 5D. Oh, come on. 5D. 3 metres to millimetres. Well, I use my thing up here and I've got metres and I've got to go 1 jump to centimetres and then another jump to millimetres. So 3 metres to millimetres. So 3 metres equals 3 times millimetres to centimetres, that's times 100. And then centimetres to times 10. So I put the 3 down and I put 3 zeros. And that's how many millimetres. Let's have a go at the next one. H. 38,000 centimetres. And I've got to get it into kilometres. I'm going back the other way. So what have I got to do? I've got to go here. And what do I have? Centimetres. So I've got centimetres. To get to metres, I've got to divide by 100. And then to get to kilometres, I've got to divide by 1,000. So I've got 38,000 divided by 100. And then I've got to divide by 1,000. Now, if you know the decimal system, you'll understand that dividing by 100 just moves the decimal point. And in this case, we can just take off the zeros. So how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I've only got 4. I've only got, 3. So the decimal point which is here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to get 0.38. That's how many kilometres 38,000 centimetres is. You can do it on your calculator. So 38,000 divided by 100 divided by 1,000. 0.38. So have your calculator handy. Let's have a go at ARL. And I've got, oh, that's centimetres into kilometres again. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do O. I'm going to do O because it's got a decimal point. And then I'll finish on P. So I've got 0.02403 metres, and I need to make that into millimetres. Okay, so I'm going big. I'm going from metres this time to centimetres into millimetres. So I've got times by 100 and times by 10. So let's get this colour right. 0.2403 times 100 times 10. Now, smart people will know there are 4 zeros, so we've just got to move that decimal place 4 spots. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 2403 millimetres. Or you could do it on your calculator. 0.2403 times 100 times 10. Oh, did I do that wrong? Did I count that wrong? Did I write 0.2043? I'm looking at yes, it's 24.03. The answer in the back of the book is 24.03 times by 100. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put the 0 in there. Hold on. 0. Look at that. That's where I made my mistake. Let's fix this up. 0.02403. So we've got to move it. Sorry, I said 4 spots, 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. So it's 24.03. Now on our calculator, 0.02403 times 100 times 10, 24.03. So it's always good to check on your calculator and to make sure you write it down correctly. So number or P, and P is going to be a division because we're going 994 zeros, and what do we got? Millimetres. And we've got to convert that to kilometres. So we've got to take our 994, 1, 2, 3, and we've got to go from millimetres to kilometres. So up here, to go from millimetres to kilometres, I'm going to have to divide by 10, divide by 100, and then divide by 1,000. So I've got 3 divisions to do. So divide by 10, that gets me to centimetres. Divide by 100, that gets me to metres. Divide by 1,000, that gets me to kilometres. Now, how many zeros is that? 6. So I'm going to move the decimal point 6 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it should be 0.994. I don't need these zeros because I could write them if I wanted to. But that's how many kilometres. Let's do it on our calculator to double check. 994, 1, 2, 3, divided by 10, divided by 10, divided by 100, divided by 1,000. 0.994. All right, Year 8, you finished the rest of those. Question 5. If you have any problems, email your teacher or email me and I will do another video on them. Good luck.